Even Chuck Norris struggles to enjoy TW. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. We're doing a video that shows a bunch of territory war counters. I recently played TW and just kept like all my stuff for offense. So this doesn't actually reflect anything that my guild placed on defense. Is just a bunch of teams that I used for offense. And so I'm feeling kind of sick still. Maybe I don't sound that sick, I don't know, but I've been sick for a couple days. I don't know if I'm gonna put timestamps in initially, but hopefully I will get to that at some point. If anyone wants to help me, if I haven't done it, please feel free in the comments. Huge shout out to my patrons, by the way. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your support, guys. You means the world to me. You sure you still want to be my patron when I has awesome English like that? Huge shout out to everyone who isn't my patron as well, though a lesser shout out. Please guys, help me mount the algorithm. Like, subscribe, comment, bump the mic. I'm doing my part as well. Thank you so much for your support, guys, through the ages. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. So let's get to it, folks. I should just state to start with, none of these are going to be like super top skill level. I'm sure there's going to be some mess ups. I'm sure I'm going with the TW community. They're all very hardcore and they're all very elite. They're going to make fun of some of my counters, and that's honestly fine. That I do want to show you guys some of the things that we can do. Some of them are going to just be Datacron dependent. I think for the most part they're not, though. Omicron dependent for sure. So I think we're starting with Great Mothers, and I'm just, some of these videos at least, I'm going to be showing the Datacron that I used. Sometimes I'm just going to not take the time to do it. So we're using the Queen Amidala team. We do have the Qui-Gon Omicron, and for the most part, guys, if it's a relevant Territory Wars Omicron, I have it, for the most part, alright? I'll tell you when I don't. Like Trench has 2 of his 3 Omicrons, for instance. So this is, Queen Amidala's team with Shock T and Echo against, I believe, the Great Mothers. Yeah, okay, and we're facing a Great Mothers team that has both Omicrons, of course. I want to make sure I'm making videos with the Omicrons, if possible. So they decided to curse Shock T, and I think that people say that's like the most scary part, is if they choose Queen Amidala and they can just kill her right off the bat, then that's a failure point. But otherwise, the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron is pretty good, and then the Echo Cron, just the Echo AoE. You kind of want to avoid doing AoEs to the Night Sisters, because they heal from them, but the AoE from Echo is really nice. So it's kind of interesting. I don't use this team on offense too much, even in GAC. So it's an interesting thing to try to play them. I'm like, oh shoot, I only do this in, I mean, never. We just never use this team really for offense. But you get rid of Morgan. You just gotta hard line it, and then you see the Kenobi, and this is where I'm kind of just sketchy, guys. I don't know if that's optimized, and you know, there's just not a ton of information out there on how to optimize these attacks. So we're going off of you know, my interpretation of the kits and everything. And so Kenobi is just not doing his AoE, even though it's the coolest one. If it's going to help them potentially, then you never know. One other thing I guess I should point out is you don't have it, because this is a Marin build. There's no Spirit here, and so Spirit makes it randomized on who gets that blessing from the Great Mothers, and so that can add more RNG. And remember that these guys can also ignore taunt, ignore taunt if it's a light side team. So anyways, we got that one. This one was really interesting to me. We're using Kelleran Beq here, and actually I think I changed the squad out here, but we're taking Kelleran Beq against Great Mothers. I think the first few are against Great Mothers here. So this is just thick cron. I don't think it matters much one way or another. Just get some extra offense on them. And then I think I do swap out the team here. Maybe we should fast forward a little bit. Dude, you gotta hurry. Okay, so adding Barriss, and then I think we're adding... I think we also add the Grandma. Yeah, we get Jocasta New here, just because she does extra damage. She doesn't get her second form, but you just basically zerg them, guys. You know, we have the Kelleran Beq, Kron, of course. They've got all their Omicrons, and so yeah, Barriss gets a lot of turns because there's a lot of debuffs going around, and so she's dispelling people passively, and essentially you just zerg them as quickly as you can. Take out Morgan. When she's gone, of course, you have a free route to the Great Mothers. And for whatever reason, they curse Kelleran Beq, but then they don't make good on it. They don't try to kill him or anything, so that's fun. I mean, sometimes they target him, but yeah, I mean, the team just has so much offense with the Kelleran Beq Omicron. It's a lot of fun. And so how well does this work against a team with Spirit instead of Marin? I'm not sure. But this seemed pretty point and click to me. So, yay. Go Kelleran Beq. Go Grandma New. Is it ironic to anyone else that her name is New? Okay, we're using a Phoenix team now, guys, with the focus Datacron. So that means that Hera and Kanan are going to have their they're gonna have guard on them. And I think the biggest worry on this one is that they target Kanan. I think it's like a 1 in 5 chance that they target him, and with the Doom or whatever it's called, the Curse. And if that happens, then I think you can lose. But otherwise, I do have the Hera Omicron here because it's a fun one. I've always liked ramping damage, so you can kind of see how the ramping goes. And this time I did do the AoEs. I don't know if that was bad or not, but yeah, I do the AoEs from Sabine. I do the AoEs from what's his name from Rex, just so I can get the days on them, and it takes a while to get anything done. Yeah, I see how they all healed when we did the AoE from Sabine. I'm kind of thinking maybe this is one of my first attacks, actually. I don't think I did them in sequence. I'm not showing them in sequence, but you can see, I mean, this is kind of a tricky thing. We got a second armor shred on him. We can dispel the taunt here, so we could go straight for the Great Mothers, potentially. Well, we tried to dispel it, but it and then, of course, Morgan full healed, so that was cool of her. Just a big mess. So we ran this as a guild, we had a few people run it, and with the level 15 focus Datacron, it didn't have a super duper high rate of success. It was decent. It was over 50%, I think, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, you'll always win this. I think this is more of a, well, we're facing a group that is probably going to have some fails against us, so we can have a few imperfect fights. And you can see our damage is ramping at this point. I mean, once Morgan goes and that your whole team is alive, then that's kind of your signal that you can beat these Great Mothers. But it's a tough team to beat, typically. And then I think I have one more, and this is one. Whoa, why did it get all dark? Hold on, guys. Alright, I don't know what happened, guys, but basically I just used Darth Revan with a Malgus team and beat a team without an Omicron, because that still works. So, alright, we're going to switch now to taking out Kelleran Beq teams, and this Finn Zorri team, you gotta do the same opening moves, and you have to make sure your resistance hero Finn is faster. You need to make sure your team is faster. So getting resistance hero Finn, of course, there's all these different things you can add on to the speed for this team. You know, the Kelleran Beq team has Ki-Adi-Mundi, so Ki-Adi-Mundi is giving them extra speed, but Zorri is giving you plus 35 speed, and in this case I also have a plus 25% turn meter on the team, and so you need to go first or it doesn't work. And then resistance hero Finn, yeah, you can see I have to show you the speed, so we're 360 plus whatever Zorri gives, which is plus 35, and you need resistance hero Poe here. So you need to hand the turn. So targeting Anakin, you hand the turn to Poe. All right. And then Mace is taunting now. And Poe needs to do the one that gives buff immunity. All right. To Mace. Mace has his oMQJ. Kelleran Beq has his oMQJ. So we got stun and damage or buff immunity, and now we're just gonna zerg down Anakin if possible. So I couldn't decide what to do here. I decided to go for the AoE and just make sure everyone killed Anakin, and it worked out. I don't know if that's the optimized move. Got the stun on Shaak Ti to try to control her. Got the stun on Kelleran, or on Ki-Adi-Mundi, and now we need to try to kill Mace as quick as we can, because every time they take a turn, they can do Shatterpoint, which is devastating in TW. So try to stun Shaak Ti, didn't quite work. Could do the AoE and it'll kill Mace because he had Foresight, and now take out Shaak Ti because she's an annoying pest. And we're in the Jedi Temple. It feels actually this feels kind of thematic. Other than Resistance doing the killing, this seems like something that could have happened in the movies actually. This is basically Order 65, you know? It's like the prep for Order 66. So, anyways, he's stunned. We got him. We got him, dude. Even with his oMQJ, we got him. So that works if you know what you're doing. If you if you follow the opening sequence, it works nicely. All right, now we're gonna use some Jedi. Apparently, I recorded this whole part. I don't know what's going on with that. But I mean, Jedi Master Luke pretty much just ruins Kelleran Beq anyways. Let's give him some extra health and protection. Sure, why not? Please hurry up, Zareth. Jump right in. You can see Mace has a Relic 9 with an oMQJ. Kelleran Beq also has the oMQJ. We don't have any oMQJs. Oh, and this is me being dumb. I could have used the Cal Kestis Kron, the mercenary Kron here, but I didn't. So that was me being dumb. Also, I think you're supposed to kill Anakin first, but I believe I just declined to do that because Mace scares me a lot here because of Shatterpoint, and I don't think that that's like the best reason to just not kill Anakin first, but that's what I did. Cool. And then Anakin's attack was non-devastating, so that was helpful. Thank you, Anakin. Thank you. Once again, you've been of much help in a Jedi temple. Apparently, we're just fighting in the Jedi temple. The Jedi are killing Jedi in their temple. It's a civil war. It's pure madness. So I mean I'm not playing this optimized, but this is a counter that works, as you can see. I just don't want him to hit me back, man. So I'm just kind of just waiting. Dude, can you just die? Get it through your cone head that you should be dead. Please? Please? And yeah, Cal could have killed Kelleran Beq a little earlier. I guess it works out, because now this video is a little bit more non-Datacron reliant, right? We didn't even have an oMQJ here. We just had a Galactic Legend. Okay, so we're using Leia here to fight a Rey team with Ezra, and then they have the Calcron, and they have the oMQJ, and they have the Fulcrum oMQJ. So do the logs for Drogon, and their Ezra, I thought maybe we could one-shot, so hand the turn to Drogon here. And just try to one-shot him, 400,000 damage, because I gave him a bunch of crit damage on the Datacron. And once you kill Ezra with one shot, that's pretty nice. I think some people like to take out Fulcrum instead. That might be the optimized play, but that's not what I did. So now we're just kind of waiting. You know, do some damage where we can, I guess. I mean, we ramp damage pretty good. Try to get rid of the blue stuff on Rey so that she doesn't gain and give her team too much mastery over the course of time. Give the log roll to Drogon because he needs that to do extra damage. And so we're just trying to take out Cal here. And we actually got it past his damage immunity. So that was kind of nice. Finally got damage immunity on Rey, and now we can fight Fulcrum a bit. Nice. I don't think she had damage immunity either, and now we can just hang out. Remember, Ben is not as good in territory wars. He stops you from like you have to kill him before you kill Rey and stuff, but then he doesn't he doesn't revive or anything after you kill Rey. So anyways, got the full 20. Not too bad. No omicrons here for me. Okay, this is the one. This is a really interesting one. So we're using Trench here, and we have the basic omicron and we have the leadership omicron, and then we have the Dooku Datacron, which, I mean, it helps you with more damage, but it's not really that necessary as I understand it. So the big thing you want to keep in mind here, folks. So of course, first off, they have omicrons on Cal and Fulcrum. Trench, though, with his basic omicron, when he does a basic on his turn, he does ability block, and it's not dispellable. So we're just trying to keep them from getting their abilities as much as we can. These guys have a you know, a huge amount of health and all of that stuff. We have the Separatist Riposte for the or no, I don't think this is even Riposte. I think this is the one that we're getting damage. We're getting damage, some kind of penetration. So trying to decide what to do here. Call the Mass Assist on her just to get her ability blocked with Dooku with his basics, and so I mean we're just trying to get her into damage immunity as much as we can. Well, really, that's a little bit you know, call the assist on Cal there just to make sure he's ability blocked as well, so that he doesn't cleanse Rey. And I don't have all this down perfectly, folks. I won't pretend to, but we really want to stop Cal from getting stuff. We also want Shock to be on Rey so that she doesn't get those stacks of protection from Cal. So there we got some damage onto Ezra there because Jango can do a huge amount of damage. And then, of course, Rey is going to do her thing. I did a basic on Ben there just to make sure that he was in ability block. And then once we get another turn with Trench, I think we put the buff immunity or the ability block. Yeah, we put it back on Ben because we don't want him to destroy us here. And Fulcrum didn't manage to kill Jango, which is great. Put locked ability block on her. Gosh, the crazy thing about this fight, folks, is how long it takes. Like, we just get so much turn meter. Like, we're just getting a ton of like, Rey is still halfway through her through her ult. So okay, we finally get there. We've already gotten damage immunity on her. I think that's what's one of the important parts of trying to take her out early on, because we just get so much turn meter. All right, take out Cal there so that we don't have to worry about the stacks of protection up. And then just try to take out Rey here when we can. because Fulcrum is controllable. There we go. We got Fear on Fulcrum. That's pretty neat. And call the Mass Assist from Newt. Oh, there we go. We didn't get damage immunity previously because we suck. Whoever else was there with Rey just kind of folded right next to Ben, so that's cool. And now we just gotta wait. We've got ability block on her that went away, of course, but we got 1 minute left. We're about to time out, so it's kind of sketchy. Letting her get a second ult, I think a more professional player could do better. I will say this felt a lot like using Starkiller versus Rey in GAC. This felt like old school Starkiller. So I just put it on auto basic just so that Rey would finally do her ult. And now, take it off, and we got it. 30 seconds left. No problem. Never a doubt, folks. 20 banners, and I didn't really know what to do, but just keeping them from doing what they're doing is pretty important. Okay, so we can't really put Jabba on defense right now because there's a good Africron, and so we're using the Cartelcron, of course, with this team. And then we do have the Omicron on Embo, not on Scando, but this is the same Rey team. So I didn't want to throw thermals because everyone has foresight, and I just didn't want to waste the thermals. So hand the turn from Scando back, and now we can do this. We can put buff immunity on Rey so that she doesn't get the stacks of protection up from Cal, because that makes her uncallable. She's already really tough to take out. So okay, and now we're gonna get a bunch of turn meter while she is damage immune, so we can't get rid of her blue stacks, which means we're gonna just give them a ton of mastery. And again, I'm not saying I'm doing this like the very best, but typically when you use Jabba to counter Rey, you usually just want to focus her down right away, right at the start. That's in GAC as well. And then eventually we're going to get our ult from Jabba, and we just want to use Jabba to probably take out Ben. Maybe Cal. I don't remember which one I chose. Either one sounds great, honestly. So yeah, she's in her ult, but once we get our own ult, that doesn't stop us from taking someone out. And as long as they don't have buff immunity, or sorry, instant kill immunity, so we can't do that to Ezra. Yeah, so take out Ben. Cool, good job. I almost think it's better to kill Cal there in some ways, just because if you have to clean it up later, then Cal doesn't work with Fulcrum. And yeah, Fulcrum also has instant defeat immunity. You can see the buff, but it doesn't stop her from instantly being defeated by all of those thermals. So we got shock on Cal. He's not quite dead, so I guess let's just work on Rey a bit. And there we go. Scando just takes her out, man. And now we just have to try taking out Ezra. We can't kill him with the ult. That's alright, I guess. Just use thermals. Good to go, man. Alright, so that's how you beat Rey with Ezra. Now, okay, so this is Fulcrum when they had no Ezra, because Ezra was with Rey. So you can use that. They had the Omicrons on them. We're using Great Mothers here, and they're using the Nestcron. For those of you watching after the Nestcron is viable, like Nest just assists every single time. It's really good. It's really nice. It's gonna scrap here pretty soon. So just like to kill Sabine right away whenever I can. It's nice. It's cool. Feels good. And we're fractured right now, so we can't do the Doom thing. So anyways, we got it onto Hera now. She's the other one with an Omicron. She's the other one that makes this tricky fight. Nest is really not as scary here. You can, as long as you just you can use the Doom thing from the Great Mothers on Nest. It's cool. She dies really quick and easy. Though she is doing a lot more damage here than I would prefer otherwise. And of course, Fulcrum getting in the, or Ahsoka getting in the way of doing damage here. And actually, Grey Mothers are one that I will probably be doing faction essentials for sooner than later. Let's take out Hu Yang now, because Hu Yang is scary and he ramps really well. Meanwhile, I mean, Nest kind of ramps, of course, but not as well as Ahsoka ramps her guys. And Hu Yang actually does a ton of damage. I always thought he was more of a support role. Like in the show, he's a support role, right? But in the game, he just destroys people. He does a lot of damage. So, take out Nest. Probably should have just targeted Nest right away. Just gotten rid of her distraction after we killed Sabine or something. But now, I think we just hit auto. I think that's eventually what I ended up doing. Because we can just button mash as well as anyone. As well as auto can. Maybe I don't, man. At some point, maybe I realize, oh, that would be smart to do that. But remember, I have both Omicrons on the Great Mothers here. So it makes this fight, I mean, any fight in territory wars easier when you have the Omicrons. There we go. I hit auto, finally. Good job, Zareth. Well done. Well played, sir. I think we have a couple other fights with Ahsoka here. We're getting toward the end, though, folks. Nice. Nice. Got her. 20 banners. And what are we using? We're using Mandos. Okay, so this is against an Ahsoka without any Omicrons. Alright, it doesn't work. Against the ones with Omicrons, it just shuts down this counter. But Bo-Katan, of course, doesn't have her Omicrons either. This is Territory Wars, so she can't ignore Taunt or anything. None of them have, I guess, Paz. Is it Paz who has the TW one? I don't even remember, honestly. It's not really worth doing for this team, apparently. It's what the experts say. But one way or another, if your opponents are not as professional as like the top 10 guilds in the game, you'll end up seeing a lot of Ahsoka teams that don't have these Omicrons. That if you have Ahsoka and you care about your guild's results in TW, I would recommend like the oHera and the Sabine Omicrons are both really good. It makes this team really, really strong. But without them, it makes this team is just susceptible to a lot. It's really reliant on a lot of things going right. Like this is one of the most team comp reliant teams, Galactic Legends I've ever seen. Like your results vary wildly based off of your Omicrons, your Datacrons, and who is with her. It just does. So at some point we'll do a big hit from Bo-Katan to just snipe out Nest. Well, Nest, like I'm trying to avoid doing AoEs right now so that Nest doesn't get any bonus protection. I'm hoping that Bo-Katan could just take out Nest at some point. So yeah, you can see I'm waiting for the big hit from Bo-Katan to just take Nest out, to smite her. A mighty smiting, but it's taking a while, man. I wish we'd hurry up. Oh, we can't ignore Taunt. Okay, may as well just give our armor shred to Ahsoka then. And then we'll just try when we can to do a basic on Nest to see if that's enough. That might be enough. You never know. It might be. Still being patient on the AoEs. And got her. Okay, sniped her out. And okay, we put Whistling Birds on Beskar Mando so that he can start. He can do some actual real damage. And honestly, once you get, I wasn't doing any damage to Ahsoka here until I got armor shred on her, and then that kind of tipped the balance. So getting an armor shred on her was actually pretty clutch, even though she's coming back to life. What can we do? She feels inevitable a little bit, and this is without any Omicrons to support, so we almost timed out. Still got the kill, but that's just something to keep in mind. All right, let's move on to countering Trench. So I have 2 Omicrons on my Dark Trooper Moff Gideon team. On Dark Trooper Moff Gideon specifically. And so just kill Trench right away. Of course, I think they can revive him if we're not careful. I don't have this special Omicron on him, so it's a little sketch. Like doing the AoE doesn't do as many cool things, but finally killed Watt, and now, I mean, they do have the Dooku Datacron, and then they also had, I forget how many Omicrons on Trench, 1 or 2. Yeah, you can see he's dead, so it doesn't matter as much. You can go back and look though, and Jango did kill my Gideon, and that means I can't actually revive him now. Because Jango with his Zeta, of course, denies reviving. So I'm not even trying. At some point, I think I do try. I think I have an opportunity. I'm like, oh, we should try this. But does it really matter that much? The Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, yeah. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, Omicrons are pretty good. And I don't remember. We're pretty close to the end of this here, folks. So, oh, that's right. Okay, a couple Supreme Leader Kylo fights. So Kylo with pointy teeth, Rey. They don't have any Omicrons on the team on defense. Like, you can do a lot of pretty dirty things to this team, actually. And one of them is I do have the Boss Nass Omicron. And this is me mostly just button mashing, guys. Honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing here. And this isn't an optimized Kylo team. Like, no optimized Kylo team on defense is gonna have First Order Officer. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. You're gonna have First Order Stormtrooper, maybe Red Trooper here, unless First Order Officer has a cool like Datacron or something. So ignore taunt sometimes. Kill First Order Officer before he actually does anything cool. And Rey is tough to kill, so maybe we can just kill Kylo instead, especially because we just hit him back. So this was, like I said, very button mashable on offense, and I mean, just destroyed Kylo on defense. It doesn't seem like Kylo's going to be that viable on defense, honestly, guys, at least until they get some kind of Omicron. But yeah, Gungans with their Omicron, stupid frogs, just once again do their thing. And then, I mean, this is pretty standard. You don't need Mace here. It's kind of nice to have him, of course, but you can use just Jedi Master Kenobi here, and then Mace just gets stunned. But then we can hit random people because of the Shatterpoint thing. So we could take out First Order Officer, or we could kill, they did have the tank revive Datacron to be able to take out Kylo Ren, and so we killed him, and then he came back. But so be it. And this is pretty standard. I mean, we've been doing this fight for a long time. Even if Shatterpoint on Mace is pretty nice, and that is the one Omicron I do have on this team. Shatterpoint is just ridiculous, honestly. With the Omicron, it feels really overpowered. But I mean, I'm not doing anything that fancy here, honestly. We're just trying to survive the depredations of Kylo here, and he's got his small ultimate here. He'll probably pop it, and so yeah, let's just do our ult here. Make sure we have plenty of protection up. Cool, and then we may as well hit pointy teeth Rey, and sure, let's just give buff immunity or damage immunity to someone else, and the turn to him. Let him ramp a little damage. I mean, at this point, Kylo's thinking to himself, he's like, "How the heck am I gonna get out of this? Like, this is a bad situation." So there we go, armor shred. We got him. We did it, folks. We killed Kylo. So that was it. That's it for us today, folks. I hope this was helpful. There's like no TW content out there. I hope there's at least kind of cracked the door open for you guys to see what kind of counters are possible. I hope this was, like I said, I hope it was helpful. I'm gonna pull the plug now. So guys, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zereth prevails. Especially if you hit that thumbs up button, folks. If you want more TW content, please, guys, take care. Bye bye.